So there's this secret in recycling, and it's that it doesn't work. For the past 40 years, all of the glass that we've been recycling has ended up in our landfills. And that's because the glass is mixed with a bunch of paper, plastic, and metal, making it unusable for new bottles or anything else. At KLAW Industries, we process this waste glass into a cement replacement for concrete called Pantheon. This is Pantheon, and Pantheon drastically reduces the embodied carbon of our concrete while increasing the strength and lowering the cost. Now the big question is anyone actually using this? And the answer is yes. This past summer, the city of Binghamton began using Pantheon in all their curb and sidewalk upgrades. This is a massive technical and commercial milestone for the company, and it really put KLAW Industries on the map. These projects came under Mayor Jared Cram's administration, and the ability for the city to get a higher performing concrete for the same price while lowering the embodied carbon was the real reason they decided to make the switch.
These are local people, this is a local company. The concrete that's being used results in a 20% less carbon emissions than typical concrete. It's the same price as of right now. We're going to work on making it even cheaper.
Now concrete, like you'd see in a sidewalk, is made of gravel, sand, cement, and water. And the cement and water react. That's the glue that holds the concrete together. Now cement, the binding ingredient, is responsible for almost all of the embodied carbon of concrete. Now from an energy perspective, in 2015, the US cement industry used 279 trillion BTU of heat from fuel combustion and 39 trillion BTU of electricity. Organizations including the EPA, the DOE, and the New York State Energy Research and Development Authority are funding supplementary cementitious materials, or SCMs, like Pantheon, that replace cement and concrete, since this is one of the most economical and rapid ways to decarbonize the industry. Now Pantheon solves two problems, allowing us to have a dual revenue model. On the recycling side, we work with directors of operations at recycling facilities like Shalene Taylor at Southern Tier Recyclers, offering her a lower cost alternative than the landfill. So far, we've been paid to take 71 tons of waste glass from Shalene. On the concrete side, Pantheon allows mixed directors like Tim Rufo at Barney & Dickinson to lower the embodied carbon of his concrete by 30%, lower his costs by 20%, and increase the compressive strength of his concrete by 11%. So far, we've sold 48 tons of Pantheon to Tim and have completed 62 concrete projects, working our way from residential projects to municipal concrete contracts. We started from the bottom up, working with Tim to make sure contractors like Al DeLuzio and Tommy and Rocco from Torto Construction like using Pantheon and see the major problem it solves in the industry. The sales we've completed to longtime industry veterans and the immense number of projects that we've completed demonstrate that Pantheon solves a real problem for mixed directors like Tim. In 2021, the New York State Pollution Prevention Institute completed a case study on Pantheon, showing it produces 97% less carbon emissions than the manufacture of cement. And this is due to our all-electric process and our patent-pending technology to turn one of our largest waste streams into the next generation of low-carbon, energy-efficient building materials. The city of Binghamton has paved the way for low-carbon concrete and has prevented over 32 tons of CO2 over the past 2 years in routine curb and sidewalk upgrades. And they've been recognized with an award of merit by the American Concrete Institute. Scaling to our service addressable market in New York State, we can prevent 431,000 tons of CO2 every year and 7.6 million tons across the US. Globally, we can prevent 864 million tons of CO2 every year by 2050, allowing us to economically decarbonize our critical infrastructure. KLAW Industries was started in 2019 by college students Jacob Koffman and Jack LaMorelia. And with the help of the Koffman Incubator, we've raised over $1.2 million in non-dilutive funding and purchased a 6,000 square foot production facility in Binghamton, New York to serve as the pilot plant for Pantheon. We've hired our first employee, Paxton Smith, and our team's ability to break into two of the most notoriously conservative industries demonstrates our team has the knowledge, experience, and mentors to bring Pantheon to market. Growing up here, we strategically located our facility in the disadvantaged community of the east side of Binghamton. Our next step is to bring our pilot plant online to produce 330 tons of Pantheon every month for Barney & Dickinson. And in 2028, we will transition to a licensing model to rapidly scale across the US. So if you're interested in learning how a couple of college students in steel toes and sweatshirts broke into an industry whose latest innovation happened when Vanderbilt was building the railroads, we would love the opportunity to talk with you.